Am I ripping off Billie Eilish with this video? Conceptually, yes. The specific questions, no. So I get a pass for that one. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to it. If this is the first time you are seeing my face, thank you for clicking on it. My name is Jacy and it is my birthday! Tomorrow, technically, in my time, if you're seeing this today. But by the time you see this, it's probably my birthday! I really wanted to do a birthday interview with myself and kind of start this tradition of just self-reflecting every year on my birthday with some of my career goals or some of my personal wellness sort of ideas, and just kind of compare over the years. This is an idea that Billie Eilish did with Vanity Fair, where she did one interview and then exactly a year later did another interview, and she was able to see all of her personal and career growth, but also some of the areas that maybe she could improve on in terms of her mental health. And I thought it was really fascinating. She's been doing it for a couple of years, and I wanted to do my own version of it because I really like the idea of self-reflection, but also kind of giving yourself a pat on the back on any progress that you have made in certain areas of your life that you wanted to improve on. So this is a very, very, very personal video. This isn't a funny story time. This is one of those videos that's kind of just for me to document things of my life. So no hard feelings if this doesn't interest you. I just kind of wanted it to reflect on next year. So if you like videos like this, thanks for watching. If not, I normally do story times, chit chats, and rants on my channel, so consider subscribing if you like more content like that. But with that being said, let's get started on my own self-interview for my birthday. All right, for section one, I guess, let's start off with some basic info as well as some more fun stuff. So question number one is, what is my new current age, my current occupation, and my place of location? I am 29 today. I still live in Los Angeles, and my current occupation, my inclination is to say unemployed. I really want to say that I'm a full-time content creator, but considering I don't really receive a full-time income from that, I don't know if that's justifiable. So I will say my occupation is that I am pursuing becoming a content creator, but as of right now, I am in between jobs. Question number two, how many followers or subscribers do you have on all of your social media platforms? I wanted to include this, obviously, because it's a great baseline to show growth if I'm trying to become a content creator, but also because Billie Eilish did it, so I want to do it too. All right, on TikTok as of today, I have 95,900 followers, so close to 100,000, which is insane. On Instagram, I have 3,684, so still in the 3,000 range. On my main YouTube channel, I have 7,280. Bless up, love you all. On my YouTube vlogs / YouTube Shorts channel, I guess, I have 425. I do both vlogs and the shorts on there. The shorts get a way more views, but the vlogs is where my interest lies, so that one's kind of weird. But 425 there. I've also started uploading all of my old TikToks and Reels onto Facebook, and I already have 206 followers on my Facebook page. And then on Twitter, I have 161 followers, which that is probably the platform that I care the least about in terms of followers, but wanted to include it in case there's some weird astronomical rise next year. And then just getting into some current favorites, just so I compare next year. My current favorite movie right now is a tie between Midsummer and Promising Young Woman. But those have been my favorite movies since both of them came out, so who knows if that'll change next year. But I really love good for her kind of female villain type movies. And so those are two of my favorites. Favorite TV shows. I love Black Mirror. I actually love Murder, She Wrote. I recently did a video about how much I hate watching television, and I totally forgot to mention that that is one of my favorite shows, is Murder, She Wrote, because again, they're very compartmentalized episodes that you can just kind of like tune in here and there and get a full comprehensive story. That show is super old, but I am a Jessica Fletcher fan through and through. I love her. She is my role model. So Murder, She Wrote and Black Mirror, my favorite TV shows. What is my prediction for my top song on Spotify this year? I didn't want to pick my favorite song because I think my favorite song will stay my favorite song for forever. But I think my #1 Spotify song this year, it's either going to be Cody Fry's Underground, which is a very like symphonic classical type of music style, which I know a lot of people don't like, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. Or the song Wild by Garth. I love that song. So I know it's going to be either one of those two. And then what would I say my favorite hobby is? Right now, I don't know if this one's gonna change either, but right now my favorite hobbies are going to see musicals and going to the ACFC women's soccer team games. So I have season tickets with my parents to go support our local women's soccer team. I love it. I have loved soccer for forever, and I love spending the time with my parents. So those are my two top hobbies right now. All right, the next section, we're gonna get a little deeper. We're gonna go into some more of my thoughts and feelings about this year and kind of more so reflect on any progress that I've made and look towards the future. So question number one I have is, what is the biggest goal I've accomplished this year? I would say my biggest goal that I've accomplished was getting a modeling contract, and it's kind of twofold because that was a very inspirational moment because it was not only validating knowing that I'm pursuing the entertainment industry and the entertainment industry wants me as well, but it was also just kind of a really cool turning point in my life, realizing, hey, I don't need to be stuck in the same career for forever. I can pursue more creative and aesthetically pleasing type of careers just in the short term and see where it goes. Now, I say this is twofold because I haven't really booked that many things through my modeling agency. I haven't booked that many modeling gigs in general. But I did get the chance to work with Taco Bell, which is one of my favorite brands in the whole world. I was in a Taco Bell commercial recently. I don't even think it's out yet. I'm a blurry figure in the background. You guys will not at all be able to see me. I did an entire vlog about it if you want to check that out. And that was one of those really cool moments in my life where I'm like, I am a model working with Taco Bell. This is insane. Again, I'm barely in it, so I don't even know if that counts. But I think it was just one of those moments where I was like, wow, I'm really proud of myself for pursuing this and really taking a chance and going out on a limb and switching career fields. So that was probably one of my biggest accomplishments this year. What has been my most challenging part of the year? This year was really hard for me. How should I say this? The most challenging part of this year was balancing following my dream with financial stability and avoiding delusions of grandeur. And what that means is that I quit my job, my nice, cushy marketing corporate job, to pursue the entertainment industry. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if it was modeling, if it was acting, if it was YouTube, if it was social media. And I had felt so fulfilled and so wonderful pursuing this career because I was like, this is the area I should be in. But I wasn't making any money off of it. I was living off of savings, which I'm so grateful I was able to save so much during COVID that I could take 3 or 4 months to kind of pursue any of those desires. But it's been really hard because over the past couple months, I've been waking up being like, it's not happening yet. This is what I want to do, but I'm not making an income off of it. How much longer can I do this without going bankrupt? Because I worry that the next step is that I am going to have to go back into corporate just to get a paycheck. And that's something I want to avoid. I have thought about, you know what, I'm fine going and making coffee or scooping ice cream for another 6 months if it means I can continue to pursue this. But I think the most challenging part of the year is just kind of balancing following the dreams with getting some type of financial income, with not being deflated and demotivated by the fact that maybe it's not my full-time income. So I do think I struggle with motivating myself and being like, hey, it's gonna happen. Like, just stick with it. You gotta remember you're doing this for fun. You're doing it to pursue your ambitions, and not try to focus on the fact of, what the heck? Why isn't my channel blowing up? Or why am I not booking these modeling gigs? Or how come I haven't gotten that big acting role? So I think just trying to stay motivated and really trying to find the joy in these things and trying not to worry about the money so much has been the most challenging part of the year. And that's just the realistic part of trying to pursue becoming a content creator. I don't get to decide that it's my full-time job, the internet does, and it's just really hard to balance that. What has been the highlight of my year? Oh my gosh, I don't know if this is a cop-out or not by just doing the broad category of traveling, but I've done more traveling in the past 6 months than I have in my whole life. And again, a huge part of that was quitting my job and kind of living off savings, but having that time flexibility to say yes to trips, to be like, heck yeah, I wanna come visit you. What, you guys are taking a weekend trip to Portland or to Denver or to Mississippi? Absolutely, I'm in. And so I've been able to explore so much of this country that I'd never been to before. I recently went to Boston, to Chicago, to Memphis, Mississippi, Portland. I went to 2 Cancun trips. Again, there are all vlogs on this if you guys want to see it. And it has just been such a privilege being able to travel and explore the world and being like, oh my gosh, the flexibility with time and money to be able to do this has been so wonderful. I wish I could do this for forever. Obviously I can't, but that has absolutely been one of the highlights. Unfortunately, I still haven't been to Europe yet. My Europe trip got canceled. So Fingers crossed I'll be able to go there by the next video that I do this, but traveling has absolutely been a highlight. And in terms of like the most memorable trips, I got to do a Cancun trip with my sister, and that one was so wonderful because I hadn't seen my sister in so long because of the pandemic. And it was nice to just do a week-long sister trip where we just got to take funny videos and fun photos and explore the resort and just drink cocktails by the pool. She is truly one of my best friends, and I was so grateful to be able to spend a whole week just with the two of us, just having a great time in Mexico. So that was absolutely one of the highlights. The next question I have is, what is the biggest thing I've learned this year? I would say one of the biggest things I've learned is that I don't need to be a people pleaser at all times, and that I can relinquish relationships that are no longer serving me. So I did a whole video about friendship breakups, and I think that speaks a lot to this point. But I think for 28 years of my life, I was very focused on people pleasing and making sure that everybody liked me and always worrying about everyone's opinion of me and making sure that I was reaching out to people and maintaining those relationships. And it really wasn't until this year that I realized that I needed to be more selfish in my life if I wanted to accomplish my own goals or just achieve the utmost mental peace, because there were a lot of relationships in my life that just wasn't serving me. But I think a big part of it too is that I would always think that if I took a step back, those people are gonna hate me, or they're gonna be really mad that I'm not inviting them to things anymore, or they're gonna think that I forgot about them because I'm pursuing my own things. I need to be okay with that. I can't please everybody. Not everybody's gonna like me. And especially now that I'm immersing myself into the online community and culture, that people are gonna hate me and they're gonna take offense to things that I say, that they aren't gonna like every single video that I put out. I need to be okay with people not liking me now, because it's only gonna get worse from here if I continue to pursue being a content creator on the internet. But I think that needed to start more internally now, and with some of my more direct relationships and kind of relinquishing those that were no longer serving me. So that way I can have better peace of mind, understand what relationships I do want to invest in, and just have a better sense of mental health moving forward into this content creator journey. Coolest place I've traveled. I included this one because I would love to see this over the next few years getting cooler and cooler and cooler. The coolest place I traveled this year was Cancun, Mexico. Like I said, I went twice in a month, which was insane. Just timing worked out that way. I did one trip with my sister where it was not an all-inclusive. It was kind of like a pay-as-you-go sort of thing, but the resort was gorgeous, sprawling grounds, tons of wildlife. And then I did a second trip where it was all-inclusive, so we just ate and drank ourselves every single day, beautiful beaches. Mexico is such a beautiful, incredible, wonderful place, and exploring that area was absolutely insane. It was definitely more of a relaxing tropical vacation, and I think I'm kind of done with those for a little bit. I definitely want to do more exploring the city type of trips or kind of going to more indigenous cultures. But the Mexican Cancun resorts were wonderful and the highlight of my travel diaries this year. What is advice I would give myself last year? Interesting. I think last year, I was very impatient. I was like, what the heck? I've put out 100 videos. Why don't I have 1 million subscribers now? And I felt really entitled just because I was putting out quantity. And I feel like the quality was there too, but I was just getting really impatient and I didn't understand all of the different logistics that went into actually being a full-time content creator. I absolutely wasn't consistent. I'd be like, oh, I didn't have time to film a video this week. That's okay, I'll try again next week. I'd upload a video and then be upset if I didn't perform well. So I think last year, the advice that I would give to myself is patience. Patience in not only the growth of any social media platforms, but patience in my content specifically. I would sit down without a script and just try to knock out a video for the sake of putting it up so I can keep my numbers consistently. But then I'd go back and rewatch them and I'd be like, I wish I would have taken more notes because I forgot to say this, or I forgot to script out this part a little bit more. And so now I make sure to have a little notebook with all the key points I want to mention so that I'm not forgetting things, so that I make sure that I'm articulating certain things about the story. And I think a big part of the patience as well is making sure that I'm researching these stories and providing sources where I can, because these are a lot of other people's stories, and if I'm telling it wrong because I just wanted to rush through it and post it really quickly, that reflects on my ethics and on your trust in me. So I really want to make sure that I'm being more patient, not only in the content itself, but in the growth, enjoying the process, enjoying the journey, and just being patient, because I feel like I keep talking about this, that like I'm disappointed in my subscriber count. I'm not, because I have 7,000 of you guys who watch my videos and who love my content, and I'm so grateful for that. And I just know that if I continue to be patient, do what I'm doing, keep my head down and keep grinding, that more people will eventually enjoy my content. But I just can't focus on the numbers. I just need to focus on the content and making sure that I'm still having fun and bringing you guys my stories. And that is what's going to bring me the most joy in this process. And the last question is, what is one of my main goals for next year? For next year, I would say that when I do this video, I would love for me to say that my full-time occupation is a content creator. I don't feel comfortable saying that right now because I think that this summer will really be a defining point if I need to go get another job, if I still want to pursue this, or if I get some weird gig that determines the trajectory of my career. I'm still very unsure of what my career is. And I think my goal for next year is to be a full-time content creator. And what that means for me, replacing what my full-time income was as a marketing manager with making content for the internet. So as long as I'm making enough to pay my rent, pay my bills, still be able to travel, still be able to take time off work to go to weddings, family events, friend activities, that to me is being a full-time content creator where I'm my own boss, but still having a full-time income off of creating videos on TikTok, YouTube, posting on Instagram, and being that online persona. So that's my goal for next year. So help me out by subscribing. No, I'm just kidding. But that is gonna be it for this video. I know it wasn't super funny or hilarious or a story time at all. But again, I wanted this for myself to look back and react on because those Billie Eilish videos are very interesting and insightful to show her growth, not only in her career, but in her mental state, you know? I feel like this was a very more chill and reflective video because there are some inklings of nervousness of where my career is gonna go or what my career is even gonna be, that I hope next year it'll be more happy and insightful and proud of myself for all that I accomplished in the following year. But that's going to be it for this video. I thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you aren't already subscribed, consider subscribing so you could join us for more story times and more other content on my journey towards becoming a content creator. And if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram because tomorrow in my time, I'll be posting those cool like birthday photo shoot that I did. You know, the sparkly jumpsuit that I wore in the last video? Yeah, those photos. So go to my Instagram and comment with a unicorn emoji so I know that you made it to the end of this video and that you follow me on social media because that just means you're added to my best friend list. What does that get you? I don't know, to be determined. But you guys will be my best friend for forever. But I thank you guys so much for watching and continuing to support me and encouraging me on this content creator journey. Again, I couldn't do it without each and every single one of you who's watching these videos, who's subscribed to all my videos, who comments and wishes me well and says that you love my content. It truly means the world to me and keeps me motivated onto this journey, and I thank each and every one of you. But that's gonna be it for me. I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles! Oh my gosh, and it's so funny that I talk about how Murder, She Wrote is one of my favorite shows because this is a birthday present that just came in for me. So for background, Murder, She Wrote, if you don't know, it's a detective show, kind of, where she's an author, but she helps solve all of these crimes. And so there's a conspiracy theory out there that she's actually the one doing the murdering because how else could you solve 100 crimes that just keep happening around you? And so this is what Rocky got me. It says, I killed them. I killed them all. And now it's my favorite mug ever.